Howdy folks, how's it going? Good morning. I'm here at Blue Pool Campground, which is east of Eugene, about an hour down Highway 58. It is right near McCready Hot Springs, which is just like a quarter mile down the highway from here. That is a hot springs that I would go to when I was living in Eugene way back in the 1990s. And I just left my friend Eric's house in Salem. If you're curious to see my friend Eric, then I will put a link down below to a video hanging out with him last summer. He lives in Salem here in Oregon, and I stopped through and visit him a lot. He and I went to college in Fairbanks, Alaska and Juneau, Alaska together, and so we have known each other for quite a long time. He is married and has a daughter and a normal life and all that, but is always glad to see me stop through and say hello and hang out for a few days. So anyways, I am heading next over to the Oregon coast. So I'm about an hour east of Eugene, and then Eugene itself is about an hour inland from the coast. So I'm about 2 hours east in Oregon from the Oregon coast, and I'm going to drive over there next and then drive down the Oregon coast heading towards California. And so got the trusty vehicle all ready to roll there. Just got to pack up this tent and then hit the road. So one quick little camping tip I thought that I would point out here, a way to save a couple of bucks: scrounge somebody else's firewood. Now, I don't recommend doing this if the person is there and occupying the campsite, but this was in a campsite that the people had left. There was nobody there, and so it is obviously being left for somebody else to use. You know, as you can see, some good-looking firewood. It already had the string on it so that it's not like bumping around my truck while I'm driving along, and so that'll save you $4 or $5 instead of buying that at Safeway. All right, going to pack up the tent there, hit the road. So Blue Pool Campground, it was $17 a night, which is a little bit more expensive than I'd like. If you saw my Wallowa Mountain road trip videos, then you saw that the campgrounds there were only $5 and $6 a night, so that is definitely more my style. I'll see what I can find tonight, hopefully something a little cheaper. A glorious day here in Oregon in September. And this is the little town of Oak Ridge, population 3,300. It's about another 40 miles to Eugene. Cascade General Store, the Cascade Mountains is where we are right now, that run up the length of Oregon. So that there is one of the classic covered bridges of Oregon. Now, for years I had wondered, what is the point of the covered bridges? They're a Oregon, trademark all over the state, and I thought hard about it and was like, what's the point? Why go to all the extra trouble of building this whole other structure over the bridge? Is it just like aesthetics because they look cool, or so that like fishermen can fish off the bridge without getting rained on or something? And just none of that made any sense. I'd searched online and couldn't find a good answer, and then finally, sometime fairly recently, I searched again and found the reason for the covered bridges of Oregon, and it is a very practical reason. It is because they last longer. It rains a lot in Oregon. Today is a beautifully sunny day. Oregon tends to get pretty nice summers, but then once the rains come in, October or so, it can be rainy up until May or June, and wooden bridges will deteriorate in that kind of wetness. And so if you put a cover over it so that the rain isn't falling directly on the bridge itself, the bridge will last like 5 times as long, something like that. So that is the practical reason for the covered bridges of Oregon. All right, getting close to Eugene. West on 126 here. So I'm going through Eugene now. It will be about a hour's drive from here over to the coast. I lived in Eugene from March of 1993 to October of 1994 for about a year and a half. to the U of O University of Oregon, and then plans change, and that's a whole other story, which I talk about in a couple of my books. So it's always kind of cool to come through here and sort of relive the memories a little bit. But looking forward to getting out of the city here and getting over to the beautiful Oregon coast.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
So this here is Florence, finally on the coast here. I'm gonna take a left. This is Highway 101, which goes all the way to like Los Angeles. And so I'll head out of Florence here, and not sure how much further I'm going to drive south and eventually find a campground along the coast here for the night. South Jetty Dunes and Beach, just gonna go check that out. Not sure if I'll camp here or not. It's windy and a bit chilly. Curious to see what the view is like from the top of this dune here. All right, here we go. And the view is of more dunes. I was hoping maybe I'd see the ocean out there. You can see it out here though. And the town of Florence, where I was just before, is just out there. And then looking back inland, east, out to Eugene and everything. It's about 5:30 now, because I stopped at my friend Abram's place in Eugene for a while. You can see the off-road guys there. That looks kind of fun. All right, I'm going to keep on cruising here down the highway and find a place to camp for the night before it gets dark. And this is Woahink Lake. Never noticed it on my other drives up the highway. Little gift shop there. And a pretty dramatic looking bridge there. I'm not sure what bridge that is yet, but we'll find out soon here. And just to be clear, when I was talking about the covered bridges, then that is the like historic, you know, older bridges from the pioneer days and whatnot. Nowadays, obviously, they are not building bridges from wood mostly, and so it's not as much of an issue. That was, you know, the days of building bridges from timber and whatever, and so the covered bridges were essential for protecting them from all of the rainfall. And so over on the right there, it says Historic Bridge, McCullough Memorial Bridge. Sun's starting to go down there. I'm almost to North Bend. Not to be confused with Bend, which is in the desert of Oregon. this is Coos Bay. I guess that's the bay. More of Coos Bay here. Alright, just grabbed some grub at Taco Bell. Getting back on the road here. I've actually forgotten which town I'm in. Let's see, 101 south left. Okay, that's what I want to do. Amazing full moon there. Check that out. And so I was going to have a campfire at my campsite tonight and you know, cook up some dinner there, but it's about 8:38, getting a little late, and I wasn't quite sure where I was going to camp tonight. I stopped and checked a couple of the campgrounds, but they were all $20 at the state campsites, the state parks or whatever, and I wanted to find something cheaper. And so fortunately, thanks to one of my viewers who recommended to me the website freecampsites.net, and I might do a whole separate video on that if I make use of it again. But I decided to check that out, see what I had to, you know, reveal there. And it has both free and cheap campsites. And some of the, you know, free ones sounded a little sketchy, especially, you know, right around the towns here. I'm sure that it varies a lot, especially when you're talking about the free campgrounds. But I found a campground that was just $8 a night that sounded pretty decent, and so I'm going to keep on driving and check that one out. It is another like 35-40 miles down the road. Somebody getting pulled over there. They're having a bad day. Yeah, wow, and just check out that moon. And so I decided to keep on driving into the you know, night here in order to get to that campground. So I'll let you know how things look once I get there, I guess. And here we are at Edson Campground. And check out what's in the road. Deer. Not sure if that could be seen on video. He just went up into the woods up there. I don't see no sign of it now. Edson Creek Recreation Site. And it's a proper campground, not a, you know, weird, you know, free parking lot with people of questionable character and, you know, stuff like that. So that's good. All right, here's the information. Campsite, $8. Awesome. The website was correct. Edson Creek Campground camping guidelines, quiet hours 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. It's 9:40. I have 20 minutes to be noisy. No ATV or UTV use. Firearms prohibited. Dang. No fireworks. What the hell? All pets must be on leash. Does that include my pet frog? All right, just messing around here. Okay, going to find a spot. All right, got my thing all filled out here. And so thanks a lot to the person who clued me into that awesome website. I'm definitely going to be making use of that again in the future. I think it was Haas Holla, if I'm not mistaken. So thanks, Haas, if you're the one. And this is the spot here. Under a tree, because most of this campground is kind of wide open to the sky, and you got to think ahead to the fact that when the sun rises, your tent is going to get hot fast. It is going to be a light night with that moon out there. All right, gonna get the tent set up. See you in the morning.